Thank you for joining us on this episode of Escape Pod. I'm David Anthony, and I am on the set of Volumes of Blood Horror Stories. And lucky we're able to interview Moses J Moseley. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's been awesome. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being on. I know we're on the set, so it's kind of loud in the background for our listeners.
Right.
But because they're doing a lot of shooting and prep like that, and you've got a lot of good scenes coming up real soon.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. Yeah.
In fact, I think you've even got another interview after this too.
I know. I'm looking forward to that too.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you very much for your time, and we'll get right into this. So, how did you get started, Moses?
I started out modeling actually when I was around the age of 20, and just doing a lot of catalogs and a couple local magazines for Atlanta area, and I got randomly selected walking out of class actually at Georgia State University. A girl pulled me to the side and she asked me did I want to be in a movie, and at first I'm like, what kind of movie? Like, what are you talking about? I'm thinking I'm going to be in somebody's basement or something, and like not knowing what's going on, but ended up being the movie Joyful Noise with Queen Latifah and Dolly Parton.
Wow.
And they were looking for some people with nice faces or whatever for a particular club scene, and I was out of class that day. I was done with all my classes, and I figured, why not? Let's try it out, and
Sure.
I ended up doing that, and it kind of just opened the gate for me. I got that one opportunity, then I started getting different emails to come out and do other movies and TV shows, and I've been doing it ever since.
So this kind of gets you the bug a little bit, I guess.
It did. I honestly it was something that I had in the back of my head I wanted to do when I was younger, but I never thought it was a possibility for me because I was really overweight most of my life, and it wasn't until like after I lost the weight and came into myself that I felt confident enough to pursue it.
Wow.
And ever since then I felt like I was able to do it.
Well, you're a very handsome man.
Thank you.
No problem. So the ladies are going to enjoy watching the YouTube version of this podcast.
Right.
So I guess you did the background type work at first, right?
I did. Pretty much just starting out doing different background jobs and extra work and things of that proportion. And the more they got used to my face, they started offering me featured parts and other speaking parts. And after I got a couple of those, that's when I ended up getting an agent that was working with me to get higher roles. And I've been doing it ever since. I've been with my agent now for about a year. Premier Models and Talent and Avery Sisters in Atlanta.
Nice.
And they've been getting me a lot of great gigs, and it's just been a blessing, honestly.
Now I know a lot of times it takes a while to get your SAG card, or
It does. Yeah, it's one of those things where you literally have to motorcycle going by. It's one of those things you have to literally work at, and it's something that you have to continually pursue to in order to be eligible for it, because you have to get SAG eligible before you can become SAG, and then you can decide to cross over to get into SAG. But it's definitely something that takes time.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like you have to do so many movies that are SAG related.
You do.
To earn the credits to actually be in SAG.
Exactly.
And it's like, I didn't get on SAG. It's weird.
It's tough. It's really one of those things where it kind of distinguishes between the people that are serious with their craft and the ones who aren't. And when you become serious, that's when it's something that kind of a door that opens up for you. So, yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, you got a great personality, and you're a really friendly guy. I have to admit that. Some people they get wrapped up and really busy, but you've been very available to us, and we really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
And I think it's great because hopefully you'll keep that as you get more and more famous, because I know you will be.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll try.
No problem. Now, I guess one of the biggest things, or would you say, is probably The Walking Dead?
Definitely. I say it's kind of the thing that really opened up a lot of doors for me, and I learned so much just from the industry, just from being in it, and it was the fourth thing I ever did career-wise.
Wow.
And it was something that I had no idea that it was going to be what it was, and it was just a blessing I got a chance to be a part of it.
That's awesome. We're going to wait just 1 second.
Cops going by.
Wow. So this is a live set.
Right.
You wouldn't believe the action scenes they're doing right now.
Right.
You got to watch this movie when it comes out. It's great. It's funny.
Awesome.
So you're welcome, PJ. By the way, I know you'll listen to this later. Okay, so with The Walking Dead, how was that like? Did you have to go in and audition? Did you know what you were going for, or did they just kind of, blank audition kind of?
I actually didn't. It was one of those things where I randomly submitted myself to their casting department, and I actually kind of forgot that I submitted myself because I was submitting for so many different projects at the time, and it was one of those things they ended up calling me back randomly. incredibly, and I kind of forgot, everything that I submitted to, and I was just really anxious to hear from them and hear from anybody at that point, really.
Sure.
It was something that I was trying to start my career off with, and after they just called me and they were like, hey, this part just opened up, would you like it? And I was like, sure. And I shot with them, and I filmed with them, and I got on the cover of Entertainment Weekly with them, and that was a mind-blowing blessing. So
I imagine.
It was like that opened up so many doors on its own as well, and it was one of those things you never know what's going to come until it gets there. You know? And that's one thing I've learned, like with my career and everything so far. You never pretty much see half of the things you get coming. You just have to adapt to it and move forward with it and try to do your best with everything you get.
Right. Now is it just the one episode that you're a part of, or is there more than one?
I was in total 6 episodes, some regular background, some as Michonne's pet, and it was really just one of those things where it was like I kind of got put into it, and they were like, hey, just like we need you to do this, do that, and just keep it rolling, and it planned out perfectly for me. It was a blessing.
So was it a lot of makeup that you had to go through?
About 2.5 hours worth, and it was that one moment I learned so much Zen at that moment, just sitting still and trying not to move, and it was one of those grueling processes that's like you never really know. It's like the more they add, the less they take away.
Right.
And it's kind of like a one of those effects that they have, and they're so talented and skilled at what they do. They're ninjas at that. They're the best in the business, honestly. Yeah.
Now I remember in the episode they're missing a bottom jaw.
Yeah.
And missing arms.
Missing arms. Yeah.
So was it like green screen type material?
For the arms, yeah, and everything else was pretty much prosthetics and makeup, and they just put it together and just made it happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you looked great.
Thank you so much.
You look scary, menacing, and I wouldn't want to meet you in costume. That's all I'm saying.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And it's an iconic moment for that character, and for you to be involved in that. I mean, that's and then of course make the cover. Wow.
It was amazing. It was one of those things, like you said, you never know what it's going to be until it's there. But you just got to count your blessings and be thankful for having the opportunity. Yeah.
And I noticed you have a few other I know a lot of actors, and I've got friends like Dave Snyder, who does makeup effects, and sometimes no matter what you do, sometimes for whatever reason, either it's a huge movie, but you may have a small part, but you don't necessarily get credited for it. And you have a few things that you've done that you're not even credited for. Unfortunately, that happens. But you're in it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You could stop and go, that's me.
Right. Honestly, it's like I forget a lot of the things I've been in, because as an actor, when you're serious, the only thing you want to do is just keep working, and honestly, the best thing I've learned is, just do it, forget about it, move on to the next thing, because the more you dwell on one thing, the more the opportunity you're going to end up missing out on something new. So the one thing you cannot focus on is like the past and everything, and you have to constantly keep working hard to keep moving forward with your life and career.
Is there any certain genre that you prefer to work in, or is you're open for anything at this point?
Honestly, I say I love horror, as you can tell. I love horror. I love action adventure, like Captain America, Iron Man. Like, that's my goal, to be in one of those movies. And because growing up as a kid, that was my thing. That was it. I wanted to be a superhero. You know? So if I got that opportunity, I think that would just be like the end all be all for me. That would just be the wow, you're there moment.
Well, there's a lot of Marvel movies slated.
It is.
And DC as well too.
I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah.
Phase 4 is going to be for Marvel. So there's always opportunities. Just got to keep trying.
Exactly right. Yeah. So true. Yeah.
Well, I think they'd be smart to look at you.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm hoping so. Hopefully they hear this, like, hey, we're gonna get that guy. We want him.
Because he's an awesome worker. There you go. So you actually did a movie here recently. You just come off another set, didn't you?
I did. We shot it in Mississippi. It was Kudzu Zombies. We wrapped on it about a week ago, and I filmed with them for about 3 weeks, and it was amazing. I loved every moment of it, and it's supposedly going to be coming out hopefully at the end of this year, and it's basically post-apocalyptic kind of movie, zombies and things of that proportion, and my character's name was Robbie, kind of a miscreant, like a troubled kid, kind of the troublemaker, of the bunch, and I'm just trying to find my way in the world, but you see, I think you're going to see us a lot of good character, evolution. I don't want to ruin too much of it for you, but
sure.
I think he's going to be a fan favorite. I really do. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Now, on I guess Volumes of Blood. So how did you get contacted for that?
Actually, I met PJ and his wife Katrina a couple years back at a convention, and I've been seeing them at a couple more more conventions ever since then, and I believe it was Scarefest, the last one that PJ offered me the part in the movie, and I'm just like, I'm giving him a hard time, like, I don't know, man, like, can you afford me? I was just talking mess to him.
That's great.
And like, I love that guy, he's awesome. And I was like at the end, I was like, definitely, man, I'd love to be a part of it. And he recontacted me and sent me the script and everything, and I read it, and I was like, I gotta be in this. I love it. And my character Steven, I'm really looking forward to playing. He seems like he wants to be a good friend, but he kind of has a jerky side to him too, and that's me all day. That's how I am with my friends too. So it's pretty good character for me to play, and it's not too much out of my element, but I'm really looking forward to it and hoping I can bring good to the table.
And plus, with something like Volumes of Blood, I mean, it's an anthology, so there's 7 different mini movies in one movie,
and that's what's so creative and amazing about it. You hardly see that nowadays, like in different movies, the complexity to it, and that was another reason why I had to be a part of it, because I was watching some of the previous work, his previous movies in the collection, and I was like, wow, this looks awesome, so I'm really honored to be a part of this one.
Well, I think it's great too, because I mean, you're able to be a part of it, but you don't have to spend 3 weeks on this movie.
Exactly right.
You're here for the weekend.
I know, and it's like one of those things where you kind of like it, but at the same time you kind of don't, because like I love being on set, I love working with people, and I love my craft, but at the same time it's like, I get in, do my thing, and get out and do the next thing, and just look back to see how far this one's gonna go and take me, and I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the end product.
Well, I think we're all gonna be pretty much enjoying this one, because it's a bloodbath. The murder count was already up past 30 last time I checked.
Oh my God, that's gonna be awesome.
Ooh, craziness.
That's what makes it amazing.
Exactly. So have you got anything else lined up that you can talk about?
I'm shooting also another movie in September called The Descending, and I'll be shooting that in Ohio. It's kind of like a vampire sci-fi kind of movie.
Wow.
And has a couple really cool big names in it. One, Laura Lynn Lowry, famous iconic actress. Alex Vincent, he was on he was a Child's Play movies, Chucky.
Yeah.
And a couple other amazing actors too. Amber Fox, she was also in The Walking Dead, and
nice.
A lot of also amazing actors, and I'm really looking forward to working with a lot of them.
Fantastic. Well, Moses, we really appreciate your time today, and I have a feeling that someday you're going to be a leading man.
Thank you so much. It's been a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for being on our podcast.
Awesome.
Well, this is David Anthony, and thanks for enjoying this episode of Escape Pod.